I'm Liz from Night Owl Crafts Australia, and today we're carrying on the series about zucchinis and things that you can do with zucchinis. This little humble vegetable has a multitude of uses, and in prior videos I've made we've looked at zucchini cake, zucchini chips, which are a pickled zucchini, and also zucchini dog biscuits, which went down a real treat with Tosh the dog. So today we're looking at zucchinis in chocolate brownies. For the recipe for zucchini brownies, you will need 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar, and I've used dark brown sugar, 1/2 cup of olive oil, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste, 2 cups of grated zucchini, grated as finely as possible, and you do not need to squeeze out the moisture, leave it just as is. 2 cups of self-raising flour, and to the self-raising flour we will be adding 1/2 cup of cacao powder. Cacao powder is the raw form of cocoa powder. So cocoa powder is the roasted cocoa bean, cacao powder is the raw form, and so retains a lot of the nutrients that are probably missing out of cocoa powder. Once we've mixed these together, we will be adding 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts and 100 grams of chocolate chips and a pinch of salt. To the brown sugar, add the 2 eggs, the olive oil, 1/2 cup, and a teaspoon of the vanilla bean paste. Mix this all together, and once it's smooth we will add the zucchini and the flour and the walnuts and chopped chips. Just make sure that the sugar lumps are all smashed and smoothed out and the mixture is well combined. So into this we will be putting the grated zucchini, mix it around. The zucchini keeps the brownies very moist and luscious. You don't notice them as being crunchy or anything in the brownie. In fact, I'd be surprised if people will even know that they're there once they're eating the brownie. So sifting in the self-raising flour and the cacao powder. And any left over on the plate. And give this a good mix until the flour is well mixed in. While we're mixing, I have preset the oven to 160 degrees Celsius, and the brownies will take roughly 20 to 25 minutes to cook, and they will be ready once you insert a skewer in them, that the skewer comes back clean without any cake sticking to it. So once the flour is all mixed in, we will add the chopped walnuts and the chocolate chips. So in go the walnut pieces and the chopped chips. The chopped chips and the walnuts are now ready to mix in. And before I forget, I'm just going to add a pinch of salt. This will just enhance the flavours of the brownie, and mix this in thoroughly. This mixture makes a very luscious, moist brownie that is not overly sweet, but is very chocolatey. If, like my camera woman, you're not a fan of chocolate, you could look at leaving out the cacao powder and putting half a cup of self-raising flour in its place and a bit more of the vanilla paste to give a vanilla brownie instead. The tray I'm using measures 20 by 30 centimetres, which is just enough for the mixture. So we'll just scoop it all into the tray and then smooth it over with a spatula. It's a very thick, luscious, chocolatey mix. Once the last of the mixture's out of the bowl, just scrape off any bits of the mix still adhering to the spoon or the scraper, and then using a spatula, just smooth the mixture out into the tin, making it as even as possible, and filling all the gaps. And this is ready to go into the oven. It's 160 degrees for fan forced. Okay, into the oven with the mixture and setting the timer for 20 minutes. If it needs a little bit longer, after testing with a skewer, I'll give it another couple of minutes and see how they are then. Right, the brownies are now cooked, so I'll double check with a metal skewer just to make sure. And it's come out clean, so we can take the brownies out. Once the zucchinis are cooked, leave them in the tray until they're cool and then turn them out and cut them into squares. You should get about 20 squares out of the tin. So from humble zucchini to luscious chocolate brownies, and just to top it off before serving, sprinkle a little bit of the cacao powder over the top. Or you could use icing sugar, whichever you prefer. And they're delicious served warm. They will keep for 3 months if they're frozen, or a week in the fridge. And they're very nice served warm with ice cream, or you can have them plain as brownies. So this has been Liz from Night Owl Crafts Australia with another episode in the series on what you can do with a zucchini. I hope you give this a try because you'll be pleased with the results. And thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit like if you have enjoyed the video and subscribe. Thank you.